about the wire tuck that I did the other day. So I thought I'd just give you a quick rundown. So you've got this cable here, which runs down to the back of your alternator, and you got this big one here, which both would normally run into this horrendous thing and then come across the front. So what you do, I'll link the tutorials that I used because they get into more detail and actually show you step by step. But you unplug this one to this mess under here, which would normally run up and over here, I think, or around somehow the front, and it all clips into the front here and snakes its way back over the top. So you reroute those around here and up here, and then the other main cable snakes its way down from here around the front. Like I said, it's impossible to film because there is no room in this car. You've got to take your headlight out to get in there, essentially run it through here under your engine mount and down the back here. It should look like this. While you're doing the wire tuck, you can also clean up your injector wiring a little bit. I used this Tessa 51036 tape. It's just a heat insulation wiring loom tape. You can get it all over the place, but in Australia you want Frankie's Auto Electrical. I have a few tools here which I'm going to give a try. Metal brushes, Scotch-Brite pads, canvas primer, a couple of cans of satin black. So let's give it a go. So everything is now masked up, and I've chosen the windiest day I've seen in a long time to try and do this, which has made masking a nightmare, and hopefully is not going to make painting a nightmare as well. Everything's clean, everything's sanded, so we'll go ahead and give it some primer and then some satin black. I'm going to be trying Plastidip gunmetal with silver metallizer. Hopefully it turns out okay. So I've just cleaned these 4 wheels up with wax and grease remover, and I know some of you are questioning why Plastidip. Frankly, these wheels are completely trashed. These two are the worst, and as you can see, so I mean they need a full kind of refurb. Even these two, like, they look okay on the camera, but in reality even they are not great. You can see in here some fading and stuff like that. So I could spend a bunch of time kind of refurbing these myself, but I've never had a paint finish on wheels that I've been happy with. And Plastidip's removable, so if I don't like it, I haven't wrecked my wheels more than they already are. So the first coat of Plastidip on the wheels is done, and you know, I don't think this looks too bad. Like, I don't think that's going to look terrible. So now we've got 3 coats of gunmetal Plastidip down on the wheels, and we've got 3 coats of satin black on the brake calipers. This has literally just been laid, so it's still wet, but looks really good. The wheels, I don't remember when Plastidip got so bad, but I've got so many drips and runs in this finish. I was never expecting perfection, so I'm not particularly upset, but man, these cans are not good anymore. I've had to start a new one with each coat, not because they're empty, but because they are all just spitting crap everywhere. So, not perfect, but again, if we remember how bad this was before, I would say this is an improvement. So we'll try the metallizer shortly and see whether it improves it or makes it worse. This does look more like primer grey out in the sun. It's not so bad here in the shade, but it's certainly not as dark as it looks here. So I'm hoping the metallizer will just bring it up a little bit and give it that sparkle in the sun. So we got 3 coats of grey and 2 kind of mists of the metallizer on these wheels now. Brakes are painted, and it now looks like we're going to get a downpour at some point in the near future, which is great, as we all know, for paint. Alright, all the masking has been removed, and I would say that's come up pretty good. It's got one little bit of cleaning left to do, and that's removing these little bits of paint that have ended up on the rotor, which I couldn't mask. So I've got that, and then we'll look at getting these wheels back on. No, but I believe this is a better look than it was this morning. You guys tell me. This is a real Fiesta ST150 specific problem, but since the car's jacked up, I'm going to have a go at fixing it today. What happens is these jack point covers, while mine are still on, thankfully, and apparently full of spiderwebs because I never remove them. Mine are still there, but it's very common for these to go missing, just like the center caps on the wheels. So today I'm going to have a quick go at seeing if I can fix these. This has been recommended to me by everybody's favourite XR4 forum admin, Damo. Basically what we're going to do is we're going to drill a hole through here, the top of this tab, and we're going to drill a hole here in the skirt, which you can't see because my light is creating a shadow on it. So we're going to create, sorry about the LED phasing there. So we're going to drill a hole here, basically. And what we're going to do, once we've drilled those holes, is take a short length of fishing wire, and we're going to put it through the hole here, and then put it through the hole there. And once we've got it installed, the wire should be hidden behind the skirt, but it will keep this tethered to this. So if it does happen to fall off, it should fall to here, and that's about it. I've got 0.8 mil fishing line here. I'm not a fisherman. I bought this yesterday. I bought it from Bunnings. Now, Damo said to tie the fishing line at each end. I'm not good at tying knots. So I actually bought a pack of these 1.6 mil copper swages. Essentially, it's like a clamp. So you slip your fishing line through there and then back through. It is actually hollow inside, so it's through there to create a loop at the end. And then what will happen is we'll get a pair of pliers. In this case, I have a nice set of, I think these are crescents from my trade days, and they have a crimping section right here. If your pliers do not have it, there is a specific tool to do this, or you can probably try and do this with any other pair of pliers, but this is what I have, so this is what I'm using. So essentially slip it in here, clamp down, and it will seal that. So we are done with the first of these 4 jack point covers. Once this is back on its wheels, this is probably going to be dragging on the ground if it ever falls off, but I dare say I'd rather it drag on the ground than be lost completely, because you can't get these very easily anymore. We are going to clip this back up into place. A bit awkward when you're holding a phone in your hand. You can see if this wants to focus. That'd be fantastic. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. I can't really see anymore. So all we're going to do is avoid the spiders. Well, that's a redback. Alright, so we can see that this is dangling down, which isn't ideal. So what I found to fix that was simply pulling this all the way so it's not going any further here. And this end, I'm not sure if this is going to work on the rear because I haven't looked at it yet, but it's going to tuck into here. So once it's all in place, it's going to all be tucked up under the skirt and not be visible. And it's too hard to do with one hand, so I'm going to do that. Like I was saying, I'm not sure what you can actually see up there. I'm hoping you can't see that bit of fishing wire at all, because then my job is done. But as we can see, it's not dangling down here anywhere. It's all tucked up under here, and we're not going to lose that jack point cover anymore. So the Fiesta is back on the ground. There's still more to go, but as you can see, it is dark and I can tell you it is cold. So I'm going to pick this up again in the morning. So it's going to be a little way for me, but it'll be right now for you guys. This is the car that just keeps on giving at the moment. Set up, come and do a little bit more on the Fiesta today. I noticed some fluid from the Nissan, which is obviously unusual. So not only have we got no clutch, power steering is also suspect. Just thought I'd show this bit because I think this is why a lot of people lose these center caps. There's actually a locating kind of dowel here which lines up with this groove. It's the only spot where that's going to line up. So if you don't line that up, they don't seat properly. And I think is actually the cause of a lot of people losing these center caps. Beware of scams, folks. I don't have kids. Alright, last little bit for this video. Got some new stickers that I've been holding off putting on the car for a while now. So let's get them on and call it a day. As you saw, I've got new ones of these ST150 stickers, but I actually think these look just fine, so I'm not going to do those because they're really hard to locate properly. But we'll do the one on the back. Because, as you can hardly see, this one is corked. This one's a couple of years old and it's completely faded out to white. It was silver. So we'll get that on. Not sure if the Dream Science badge will go over here or if it'll just go under the Fiesta, but we'll see. Dream Science badges are flat and this is slightly curved. So the heat gun trick I just tried seems to have actually worked the opposite way and curled it outwards instead of being able to force it in. So I don't think that's going to kind of last, unfortunately. Can't wait till it has a working clutch again.